Yo, welcome to the zone, the fantasy throne. All world vibes where the stats get shown. Play the wrong gurus dropping gems on the mic. Lineups get tight, every pick sounding right. From Sundays to Mondays, we making it clear. Trade talk with the grab strategies severe. Deep dives absurd like a Hail Mary spree. All world fantasy where legends agree. Defenses stacking, the points adding weight. Hosts dropping heat, don't you dare show up late. Dynasty dreams or a DFS glance. This your winning ticket, give your lineup a chance. All world fantasy, we break it down raw. Draft board champs with a playbook to all. High game dishes, the knowledge too deep. From sweepers to stars, we make your team elite.
Welcome back to another episode of All World's Fantasy Football Podcast. I'll be recapping our week 1 in the league, fantasy-wise, in the Last Man Standing League, and a shout-out to my 14-team league and the Scream League. Yes, notes for week 1 fantasy football. Week 1 was a defensive week around the league. It was 17 teams that scored under 21 points. So relax, coaches. Don't panic. You heard me say that a lot throughout the podcast. It's week 1. Don't panic. Same thing happens every year. All your stud players you was banking on to have a monster game, they have a dud game, but finish the season off great. Don't panic. All these little low-name, late-round, free agent guys that put up these monster games in the top 5, top 10, they go get picked up on the waiver wire for a $100 fab, $20 fab, $30 fab. Hey, do your research. Look at the snap percentages. Look at the targets. Pay attention. I hope I was able to at least watch some football this week because that's very important. Watching the games are very important. But again, it was 17 teams that scored under 21 points. So relax, coaches. Don't panic. It's just 1 week. But if you actually seen something in your player that you didn't like, I say at least try to shop him around and read the temperature in the room around the league. Hey, who knows? Notes for the week as far as NFL-wise. Hey, Jalen Daniels, he's not on the same page with his wide receivers. He was off mark all game, especially with Terry. But I expected that coming into the season with his holdout. So I would just say from the first couple of weeks, I would say just think about that. But Debo looked great in that system. I'm sorry, Coach Josh. So far, you're right. Debo looked great in that system. Giants need to bench Wilson. Yes, Russell Wilson need to be benched, and I think he need to be benched for Jameis Winston, not Dart, not that rookie, until left tackle Andre Thomas come back. Do not put him in there without Thomas. And Kenneth Walker and James Conner. I'm worried about the lack of workload, the split with that backfield. Kenneth Walker only having 13 touches and Zach Charbonnet having 12 touches. That's damn near a 50-50 split. Ken Walker doesn't look healthy. And all season coming out of camp, the hype was on Charbonnet being the more reliable back and Ken Walker being a back that's always looking for the home run. So just for the owners of those two backs, just keep in mind of that. James Conner, 16 combined touches for just 44 yards. He looks a step slower than last year, and backup Trey Benson is more explosive. With his 9 total touches, he combined for 70 yards. Remember, coaches, lean on youth. I want to get a special shout out to 2 players, 2 vets in the league, 2 future Hall of Famers. Quarterback for the Rams, Matthew Stafford. In his 17th season, he began for being the 10th quarterback in NFL history to pass for 60,000 yards. What a hell of a career. And Derrick Henry, the king, for passing Jim Brown, and now he is 6th all-time in rushing touchdowns. Now, for the waiver wire pickups for the week. Tight end for the Saints, Juwan Johnson. Yes, he's dealing with an injury right now. Just keep in mind about that. Versus the Cardinals week 1, he was the tight end number 2, scoring 19.6 points with 11 targets and 8 catches for 76 yards. Second on his team in targets, where the Saints will always be playing from behind. So I drop around $2 to $4. Maybe more, depending on your roster construction. And again, this is Last Man Standing League. Our league is tight end premium. So just keep in mind. Tight end premium, you get an extra 0.5 points per catch for that tight end. Also, Browns rookie tight end Harold Fannin versus the Bengals. Tight end number 4 this week, 17.1 points. He led the Browns and Tigers with 9, accumulating 7 catches for 63 yards. With Flacco at quarterback, it will always be up there. He will always be up there in NFL with passing attempts. So I'll drop a couple of dollars on him. Chargers wide receiver Q Johnston versus the Chiefs wide receiver number 3 this week. 24.9 points. He was third on his team with 7 targets, racking up 5 for 79 and 2 touchdowns. Keep in mind, he did similar numbers like this last year. So don't go heavy on Fab. I would say around $5 to $10. Again, based off your team construction. Chiefs wide receiver Hollywood Brown versus the Chargers wide receiver 11 this week with 19.9 points. He led the Chiefs in targets by a fucking monster mile. He led it by a mile with 16 of those being targets, coming up with that 10 catches, 99 yards. So for Hollywood, I'd say you should drop around 15, 20. Fab. On him, especially until we get some news about Xavier Worther's shoulder injury. Also with Rashee Rice suspension, I love that pickup. So I drop around 16 to 20 on him. Patriots right. Keyshawn Boutte, wide receiver versus the Raiders, wide receiver 13 this week, 18.3 points, tied with the team lead in targets with 8 for 6 catches and 103 yards. This is a deep 12 team to 14 team lead pickup. I'll say drop a couple of dollars on him as well. I'll say around about 4 to 5. Steelers wide receiver Calvin Austin, wide receiver 17 with 17 points week 1 versus the Jets, where he racked up 6 targets for 4 catches, 70 yards. Austin was tied for second on the team with just 6 targets. He looks like the number 2 option in Pittsburgh, but you never know. They already in the market of possible trades. Aaron Rodgers looks good and comfortable in that Arthur Smith scheme. So, like I said, $1 to $2 on him. And for running backs, whoever needs a running back there, which a lot of people do, running back, rookie, Dalen Sampson, running back number 10 this week versus the Bengals with 17.3 points. He combined 20 touches, with most importantly having 8 of those be receptions. I love that, especially in the PPR league. So that would be a nice pickup until rookie Keyshawn Jenkins gets accumulated. Drop around $10 to $15 on him. Deeper leagues. Yes, deeper leagues. Really, really deep leagues. I know you only played 3 snaps, but rookie wide receiver Tesla from the Detroit Lions. Watch out for him. If you got space on your bench, I would definitely pick him up. He was looking good all offseason. It's just a crowded room, wide receiver room with St. Brown, Laporta, and J-Mo. Free, you can get him for free. My biggest risers and fallers for week 1 at each position. My biggest risers, Justin Fields, 16th to 8th. Yes, I had him top 14, top 13, but there was so many negative reports. His inaccurate, how he looked in preseason. He wasn't on the same page with Garrett Wilson. He can't even fucking complete a pass. But what he did in week 1, I made sure I watched that game. He looks phenomenal. I might be moving him up even more. Travis Etienne. I was kind of leaning towards Tank Bigsby, but again, the more explosive back. I had him 32nd. I moved him up to 22nd. He had 60% of the snaps. Man, he looked good with those 60%. They ran out 4 running backs, though. I don't like that. But him getting 60%, I love that. Breece Hall, got to eat my humble pie. I'm sorry, Coach Jack. Breece Hall, man, it was never doubting his talent. That was never the case. He looks great. I would say I had him at 25th coming into the season because of the camp reports and everything. I'm moving up to 18th. He looks good. He looks really good. Second year pro receiver Keon Coleman from the Buffalo Bills. I had him 48th. I'm moving up to 34th. I didn't see the whole game. I saw the first half and a little bit of the third. What I seen was just enough for me to move him up. He showed the potential, the reason why they drafted him first round last year. So I like it. Very promising. But again, week 1, there's so many receivers that nobody really bank on. Like these players right here, ETN, probably a little bit of Breece Hall, Keon Coleman, Michael Pittman, I'm ready to name up next. All those players was on y'all bench most likely. So, like, if you feel like he can continue this, which I will bank my money on it, Keon Coleman, I would say Keon Coleman and Michael Pittman is not going to keep this up. Not at this level, what they perform week 1. So I would try to trade him. But yeah, next receiver is Michael Pittman for the Colts. I had him at 42nd. I moved him to 30th. He's just a PPR monster. And Daniel Jones looked good. Maybe it wasn't New York Giants. Maybe it wasn't Daniel Jones in New York. Maybe it was just that poor-ass organization. That poor-ass ran organization. Look what happened when you put a little bit of talent around them. But yeah, Michael Pittman from 42nd to 30th. And listen, I know we got news today that George Kittle for the 49ers tight end was placed on IR, so you're going to miss at least 4 weeks. So just think about it. Tight end Jack Tongus. I think I pronounced his name right. He wasn't ranked, of course, coming into the season. I moved him to 18th because he is playing with Brock Purdy in that system, Kyle Shanahan. But keep in mind, 49ers fans and 49ers coaches out here to have the 49ers players. Brock Purdy came up on the injury report with a shoulder and I think a toe. So just keep in mind, just look out for that. My biggest fallers, Panthers, my quarterback that I drafted. Quarterback Bryce Young, man, he didn't look good at all. He looked like the beginning of last year before he got benched. So I had him at 19th. I moved him down to 23rd. He did not look good. He was indecisive. He was uncomfortable. He wasn't on target. Maybe, like I said, I'm not going to put too much money on week 1, but I didn't like certain things I seen from him. Steelers, rookie running back, Johnson. I just dropping him just because I knew he was coming into this week 1 with being the third string. But him get 1 rush for negative yards. I'm moving from 26th to 40th. Just like I said again, coaches, don't panic. Rookies coming in the NFL season always start off slow. They have a high chance of starting off slow. Just be patient. But again, if you don't like what you're seeing, shop them around. Maybe somebody feel different. You might can get something for them. My boy, I was high on all season. K9, Kenneth Walker, Seattle Seahawks running back. I had him 15th coming in the season. I dropped him to 20th. I don't like the 50-50 split. And on top of that, I don't like how he look. He don't look comfortable. He don't look healthy. And I was already down on his next player. Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill. I had him at 15th. I moved down to 24th. I'm ready to move him out the top 24, man. Jalen Waddle, just Dolphins looks terrible. Against the Colts defense, man. What's his name's on the chopping block? McDaniel's on the chopping block, the head coach of the Dolphins. If he get fired, I'm pretty much going to be down on everybody but Achane. I'm going to be down on everybody but Achane. But I say, if you're a Tyreek coach or owner, man, try to get something for him. Not because of his talents, but Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown. I guess you can put in Devontae Smith too, but I put him at 10th because of his name. I moved him down to 14th. He just ain't getting the targets. And that offense, man, they run heavy. Man, Jalen Hurts not throwing the ball enough, man. For that man to only get, I think he got 1 or 2 targets. Man, if I was y'all, if I was an A.J. Brown owner, which I wasn't going to draft him anyway, but if I was an owner, I'd try to shop him for his name. Try to get something. Chief wide receiver, just because he got hurt. Xavier Worthy, I had him at 17th. I moved him down to 40th. And depending on how many games he misses with his right shoulder dislocation, minimum of 3 weeks at the very least. But more likely, 8 weeks to a season-ending injury. So just keep in mind, Xavier Worthy owners. Browns tight end, David Njoku. I had him at 6th. I moved down to 10th. I just don't like his snap percentages with the rookie Fanning. I don't like that at all. That's the only reason. 49ers, we already talked about George Kittle. He was placed on IR today by the 49ers, so he'll be missing at least 4 weeks. And Broncos tight end Evan Ingram. Injured right calf strain. Going to miss week 2, of course. And if it's a true strain, this is going to be a 2 to 4 week injury. Another segment of mine is sell for the bag and buy for the low. Sell for the bag. Sell for that house. Back up the Brink truck. A.J. Brown. Trade him. That name is big. It's huge. Everybody know A.J. Brown. Trade him. Get him off your team. Bo Nix. Top 10, top 8 quarterback in most people rankings coming to the year. Didn't like nothing I seen in that offense. Nothing. They are more balanced now, and then they're leaning more on the defensive side. Like I said, it's only week 1, but I would trade him. Lloyd McConkey, I was already down on him. Trade. Keenan Allen and Q's Johnston, trade them. Buy for the low. The rookies again. R.J. Harvey, Travion Henderson, and Mari Hampton. Try to get them on your team if you can get them for the low. Just say, if you can get them for the low, try to get them on your team. You will see the upside the remainder of the year. Other players, Terry Scurry, that's Terry McLaurin. He gonna start off slow. I already told all my listeners, he coming off that holdout. A couple of weeks, he gonna be slow. He gonna be not on the same page as Daniels. Hey, try to get him for the low. T. Higgins, Bengals, always start off slow. We all know that if you pay attention to fantasy football. And Tony Pollard, he had the workload, but look who he played against, though. Come on, man. He had the workload. He played against a top 3, top 2 defense in Denver. So I would say those players you get for the low. And back to recapping week 1 in our league, where I played up against Josh. Man, Josh put a whipping on me. He beat me 154 to 107, man. All my players on my team let me down. I don't think there's not one player that actually produced. Matter of fact, the only player that produced for me was probably Kyle Pitts. But yeah, he beat me. The champ lost. It was a lot of disappointing loss in week 1. The champ lost against Coach Hunter, 158 to 142. Coach Jack upset the new coach, Coach Jamie, 188-143. And Coach Jalen beat him pretty handily. Coach Jonathan, 146 to 113. Josh Allen, 40 points. And Coach Ralph beat two-time champ Showtime, 170 to 155. Now on to the Scream League, the 14-team league I said that I was in. Week 1, another down week. Like I said, across any league you in, it was just a down week. I barely scraped by 103 to 95 to Coach Bryant. And then the champ, Flip, he beat Tony 173 to 123 because he got the king with that 33 points. And then Will took that L week 1 against Take Notes, Coach Steve, 131 to 105. Coach Ali went up against Coach Lexi, beat her 145 to 116. Led by the rookie receiver, Abuke. Oh, and Rams defense, 24 points. Coach Jay went up against Coach Dennis. I already know he was going to lose anyway. He lost 128 to 100, led by Baker Mayfield, 28 points, and Zay Flowers out of nowhere, 30. Coach Showtime took a late. This is the closest game of the week. It went down to Monday Night Football. Coach Showtime lost against the OG in the league. I call him OG. His name Rob. He beat him in the Monday night game when Mason and Swift gave him a combined 17 points. I mean, he wasn't down by much, but this was a low scoring game, 91 to 87. And the last game in the league was Coach Chris versus Coach DeAndre. 157 to 121. I had Chris coming into the after the draft, winning it all. He had the strongest team. He had Josh Allen, 43 points. Come on now, when your quarterback score 43 points, it's hard to lose that matchup. All right, so good luck, coaches, to week 2. I'll be touching back in with y'all probably. If you don't hear from me before the week out, you'll definitely hear me again next week on a Tuesday. Again, if you're not subscribe, please. Hit the like button, share, comment, like. I love y'all. Peace out.
All world fantasy, we break it down raw. Draft board champs with a playbook for all. High game vicious, the knowledge too deep. From sweepers to stars, we make your team elite.